よし、ちょっと進めますか。ああ、腰が痛い。びっくりした。回復使ったかと思った。前回重たい武器手に入れたんだな。修道院へ向かうルモニエ医師の院に行く。どっち行こうかな。とりあえず、いけないんだ。あれ、これいけないの？嘘。
スチールライジングおかえり。
海さんただいま。これいけないんだ。お昼までこれやって、ドラゴンボールやって出番やろうかな。危な。で、夜防衛軍やろう。
ドラゴンボールってなんぞや W。
ドラゴンボールの、非対称ゲーム出場みたいなやつの体験版ベータテストかな。25日ぐらいまで遊べるから一回触っとこうかなと思って。一瞬話題になったでしょ、昔。あれのクローズベータテストが。やば。
変身できるやつね。
変身できんのあれ。いって
やってやって。
面白いんかね。
こんにちは。
痛い。ウェルズさんこんにちは。
海さんこんにちは。
本当はここもうクリアしてるから全然倒したくないんだけどな、敵。
メルチさんこんちは。
こっちか。近道は許されない感じかな。そんな。 道ないよね。もう多分このゲームにおけるマップ移動の能力は全部手に入れたはずだから、もっと簡単にここ抜けられると思ったんだけどな。そんなに甘くはなかった。本当は向こうに行きたいんだけどな。近道ないかな。いた。あ、道ないし。地図ないんだ。コンパスしかない。あそこはね、ここのゴール地点が一番近いんだよね。あ、これどうすんだっけ？日が経ったら忘れちゃうよね。進み方。このこうやって今ロープ使って上に登ってるのもここのボス。ここのボスじゃないか。間違えた。危な。ここどこ？あれ？あれ戻ってきてない？戻ってきたわ。あ、どうやって進んだんだっけな、ここ。 進み方を忘れてしまった。あ、マジでここどうやって抜けたんだろう、俺。ああ。
思い出すのじゃ。
進んだ？帰ってきた？もうショートカットとか開けてるから、進んでんのか戻ってんのかわかんないな。あ、進んでるっぽいな。進んでるか？あ、進んだ。よくわかんないけど。あれ？進んでない。これ取ったアイテムが復活してんのか、ここに来たことがないのかがわからんな。あれこれ戻ってきてるよね。こうやって来て、ここでショートカット開けてるはずだから、あ、進んでるわ。こっからどうすんだっけな。これ戻ってんだよな。あれでもここはね、進んでるはずないよな。こっちか。 これが進んだ後の道だったのか、戻ってきた場所なのかが思い出せない。助けて。こっからどっかに行くと思うんだけどな。もう道ないよな。困った。ずーっと同じとこぐるぐるしてるよ。でもこっから別の道に出ないと、これ戻ってってるよな。
困ったコマ撮り姉妹。
困った困ったコマ撮り姉妹。ここ2回目ね。やめろそのパリ。お、あ、進んだかついに。え、進んだ。どうやって来たんだ今。ここで、ここで、
よかったよかった。
エルデンリングじゃなくて、ダクソみたいに、拠点に飛べないから、かがり火にね、飛べないから大変よな。帰ってくるまでが。ここでなんか変なムービーを見まして、これ帰ってきた？あれ、なんかね、穴みたいのに 落ちる場所があった気がするんだ。本当に進んでるこれ。あ、行き止まりだ。近づいては来てるんだけどな。びっくりした。ああ、来た来た来た。行って。やばいやばい、ここで死んだら戻ってこれない。危ない。そう、初めてここに来た時、今の上に飛び上がるやつがなくて、能力的にね。見たことがない文字で書かれている。覚書を解読。どこで？あ、違うところでやるんだ。こっから帰らなくちゃいけないけど、コルドリエ修道院にも行きたいな。これ下から上に上がってこられるな。これがどこなのかいまいち分かってないからな。通行不可。痛い。危ない。危ない。 マジで危なかったな、今。あれ、上上がれないんですか？そんな。あ、頼むからセーブできるところ。これショートカだな。あ、これでワープしてきて左に行ったらコルドリ修道院、コルドリエ修道院。
家の中も凝ってるね。
そうだからね、余計分かりづらいんよね。似たような建物多いし。これ防御力ある服かな。いや、引く。パルチザン。あ、敵の攻撃受けて思うけど、氷強そうよな。
服はおしゃれ。
そう、服いいよね。割とすぐ凍るから、凍った敵一方的に殴ったらすぐ終わっちゃいそうだよね。確かね、これに氷属性ついてんだけど、なかなか使う機会ないよね。あっちに行くのかな？ショートカットかな？え？あれ？行き過ぎてる。ちょっと待って。いやー、戻してほしい。んだ。行き過ぎてた。あ、これだ。お邪魔します。おじさんたちがいっぱいいる。
Ah, my pet automat returns.
Pet? What the devil do you mean?
It's quite all right, Maximilian. This machine and I are already acquainted. She's not like the others. For one thing, she didn't try to kill me. Extraordinary as it may seem, she's capable of speech and reason, just as you and I.
What the deuce?
Mademoiselle, please allow me to introduce you to Monsieur Maximilien de Robespierre, lawyer and representative
名前かっこいいな。
at the now defunct Estates General.
Maximilien de Robespierre.
マクシミリアンって名前に生まれたかったな。
I'd wager it was she who laid waste to that monstrosity that was blocking access to the convent, and thus it is thanks to her that I was able to get to you at all.
Oui. I eliminated it.
Am I to understand that you have embraced our cause?
I must reach the Bastille, where Monsieur de Vaucanson is being held prisoner.
And in whose name are you undertaking this mission, pray tell?
I obey the Queen.
Ah bon? So the Austrian has turned against her husband. I'm not entirely sure that's cause for celebration. No doubt she hopes to further the aims of her brother, Emperor Joseph. With all this turmoil, she could very well hand him the country. In any case, madame, you must know that you have no chance of reaching the Bastille. It seems every effort has been made to restrict access to it. It would seem that the king is keeping his most treasured possessions there.
I must complete the task that has been given to me.
Your obstinacy changes nothing, madame. Who knows? Perhaps in time an opportunity will present itself. But for now, let us consider the positive and take comfort in the fact that we appear to share a common goal. Bringing down the clockwork tyrant.
I must find Monsieur de Vaucanson. He holds the secret to the tireless automats.
This is surely true, and when the time comes, I will help you to reach the prison. Je vous le promets. But right now, the people are broken, counting their dead. They can but hide and pray they'll survive. Soon, however, those who bear love for their country in their hearts will be ready to fight again. We must prepare this uprising without delay. Since you have secured the area around this stronghold, more brave citoyens will surely join us soon. Alors, can we count on your support?
The king must be stopped.
I couldn't agree more, madame. Though I despise
休んじゃったからみんな復活したけどね、敵。
A reliable source tells me the arsenal at Les Invalides is overflowing with weapons, but a royal automat guards it. I now have no doubt that you are capable of defeating such a creature. But are you prepared to go back into the fray?
Yes, I am.
Very well.
今回の台風大したことなさそうだね。
Once you've done that,
あ、
we'll
そうな
take care
の
of the rest. A handful of patriots are already there.
それは良
Their
かった。
task was to open a passage to the east, through the Faubourg Saint-Germain.
Very well. I will go and find them.
もうすぐ来るやつよね。アンバリット。解放する。あ、結局アンバリットに行くのね。じゃあ行ってくるわ。こんだけ偉そうな人がいて宝箱の一つもないのか？
Monsieur de Lafayette, you are safe and sound.
Safe and sound indeed, but with a broken soul. I have just returned from Place Dauphine.
I understand, monsieur. The Garde Nationale.
I was too late. All these brave men cut down in a single attack. Why was I
一度の攻撃でってすごいよね。
Alas, I am condemned to outlive.
明日の昼頃には晴れるみたい。
あ、本当？
What
じゃあよかった
disaster do you fear, monsieur?
It's a highly sensitive matter. I've been waiting in vain for a message of the utmost importance.
Can you tell me more about it?
Ma foi, at this point, I don't really have a choice.
You can speak freely.
ウェルスさんのところ抜けてこっちに来るんだろうね。
I sent a squad of horsemen on a very important assignment. They were to collect a precious cargo at Gros Caillou, not far from
Gros
the
Caillou.
Des Invalides.
What sort of cargo?
I'm sorry, Aegis, but I swore on my life to keep it a secret. All I can tell you is that it would give us a decisive advantage. But I haven't heard from my men. I'm worried that the exchange may have met with misfortune. It is
そっちはずっと雨みたいだけど W。
the future of the kingdom.
ダメじゃん。
Since it's so important, I will go there myself and attempt to solve this mystery.
騎兵たちを殺す？あ、探すだった。びっくりした。あとはこっから戻って飛べばいいね。あ、そうだ。もう筋力上げらんなくなっちゃったんだよな。何上げていこうかな、次。
ドラゴンボールダウンロードした？
したした。何も上げらんないわ。 あ、これ2、3時間やって、ご飯食べて、それやろうかな。で、ちょっとやったら出場やって、防衛軍。
There is no hope of reaching Les Invalides by the moat. I shall have to
い
go
いね。
through the Faubourg Saint-Germain.
フォーブールを迂回して行かなくちゃ
His
いけ
men
ない。
have cleared a path for me.
それはどこですか？もうさ、あ、コンパス。ボーカーソンの自宅へ行く、解放する、騎兵たちを探す、交換場所へ向かう。騎兵たち探すか。もう目の前なのに、みんなあれ武器変わってる。あれどうやって武器変えんだっけ？ちょっと待って、武器の変え方忘れちゃった。あ、上ボタンだ。なんで目の前なのに入れない。つうかみんな死んでるよ、騎兵たち。探すも何も。抜けろ。無理か。開かない。越えられない。どうやって行くのこれ。すいません。もしもーし。ここに来てどうすんのこれ。何これ。なんだこの道。帰ってくる道っぽいな。すげえ地形のに、全部行けない。あ。こっちから遠回りか。あ。いってー。くっす。 おーっと、ムカつくなこいつ動き。あれ、ついに。ああ、ここを戻っていってるな。ここは通った記憶がある。多分壊せる壁か、ロープで行くんだろうな。眩しい。お、ポリニャック。
How were you able to leave some clue?
Earlier, after you ventured out into the palace grounds, all of the machines that were guarding us set out after you. I seized the opportunity to go to the stables and jump into a horseless carriage.
What are you doing here, madame?
The children, Aegis. Charlotte and the Dauphin. The Queen and the Marquis de la
字幕が早すぎる。
do to save them from the king's madness. Spent days working out every detail of this operation with the greatest secrecy. The preparations for departure with our accomplices in the Queen's house. The children's escape hidden inside this wagon. Our meeting here in this very place. Then our departure with the riders.
ああ、ここでも騎兵隊の話が出てくるのか。オーストリアにさえたどり着ければ。調査する。3人なのに馬が4頭。1人足りない。
Perhaps Madame de Polignac will know what this means.
Madame.
The attackers all bear the same red cap with an embroidered rooster.
It's the symbol worn by those
オルレアン港を支持する者が身につける紋章。
indicating all the staging posts from here to the Principality of Liège.
Liège. That rabble-ridden city is where the Duke and his miscreants have established their base.
Over here, there are 4 dead horses, and the body of a third man wearing a red cap.
4 horses for 3 men. That means one assailant managed to get away. It's beyond doubt. The Duke's men have taken the children. They're the ones behind this ambush, and they knew every detail of our plans. We were betrayed.
But surely the ambush did not go exactly as planned. 3 of them lost their lives.
That's true. If only we could catch the one who was able to escape. But now that I think about it, the riders that the Marquis de Lafayette promised us, if they made it here, they may have been able to surprise the kidnappers and stop them from carrying out their misdeed. By the grace of God, they may already be on their way to Vienna with the children.
I shall get to the bottom of this. Which garrison is this squad from?
They are stationed at the Hotel des Invalides. The riders must have left from there.
Very well.
結局アンバリットに向かうことになるんだな。
As for you, please return to the Queen at once. You have taken enough risks as it is.
Find the children, Aegis. Je vous en supplie.
ちょび。騎兵たちを探す。探す道は別にあるってことよな。今の道戻ってっても行き止まりだもんな。と言いつつ今戻ってるよな。どっかに裏道あんのかな。通行不可。いやー、ただ戻ってるだけだな、これ。でも話的にはアンバリットに行くから、アンバリットからこっちに戻ってくんのかな。 渡る場所はなさそうよな。ここはなんだ？びっくりした。これはショートカットだろうな。いったー。
Monsieur de Robespierre's men. They perished in the line of duty.
先に防火村の自宅行く。なんだよ。
I don't want to die. Not like this. Oh, no. I would have set fire to that monster factory long ago.
富豪と話す。
A monster factory?
Vaucanson's demonic forges. The Gehenna where you were smelted, just like all the murderers of your kind.
Monsieur, I have no intention of harming you. I have come to put an end to the king's actions.
If you're telling the truth, then go away. And let me live.
Monsieur,
Au nom du ciel, put down your weapons. Please. I beg you to spare these poor people.
these poor people. But the streets are empty. There is not a soul there who is still alive.
うわ
Some good people came here earlier.
悪さおは
for a drink. They swore they would liberate the Hotel des Invalides. They looked exhausted, but utterly determined to fight to their very last breath.
解放してあげるよ今から。
What about the automats? Have you observed their movements?
あ、喋んなくなった急に。
ーワロさんおはよ
機械人形を北の方から来てた。
う。叫び
おそらくは工場からだろ
うおー。
う。おたけび。
What do you fear will happen?
I don't know. Laissez-moi à présent.
もう行ってくれだって。行きますよ。
ゴーアウェー。
ゴーアウェイ。ちょっと氷の武器も強化しとこうかな。あれこんなんいつ取った？
メルチさん、海さんおはようございます。
あ、正気に戻った。ワルさん、ガンダムのやつ面白い？
ガンダムの FPS やらないの？
コメントの前に聞いちゃったよ。
guys. Pour l'amour de Dieu. Run and hide.
What do you mean, Papa?
Hurry, I beg you. The Count is at our door. He shall take us away.
Good heavens!
俺のやつは一応格ゲーみたいなやつだけど。
Run!
もう一個新作出たやん。ガンダムの FPS。
あ、あれ別なんだ。ボーカーソンも連れてかれてんのか。カドリーユのキュロット。靴とゲートル。炎と氷。何それ。炎と氷。
ガンダムエボリューションだっけ。
あ、ワルさんがやってるのそれかと思ってた。炎と氷って何？
違うよ。
なんかアイテムっぽかったよな。どこにもないですね。炎と氷。アイテム消失したんだけど。
今出たガンダムエボリューションはオーバーウォッチみたいな感じらしいよ。
あ、あったわ。武器だわ。技量武器だね。
炎と氷ってエルデンリングにもあったやん。
パクった？
A hiding place in the Luxembourg Gardens.
ルクサンブールの秘密基地。
I could track down Athenais.
あったっけ？炎と氷。あ、またリュクサンブールに戻んなくちゃいけないのか。騎兵たちを探すは、どんどん遠のいてしまってるけど。どっか入る道あったかな。エルデンリング忘れちゃったよ。あの上に行くのか。
夜と炎の剣。
あったね。それは覚えてる。ネッケルの自宅。 この門は機械仕掛け。あ、これか。これで帰れるようになったと。初めて見るやつだ。おお。意外と振り早かった。電気耐性モジュール3。これは抜けたら戻れないよね。どこに行っちゃうんだろうこれ。あ、こっちに行くんだ。いてー。これ確定ダウンはやばいよね。何に食らった今。ああ、こっちは行けないんだ結局。ボスもダウンするからね。
They're after us. You must carry on, I beg you.
I will make it. I'm out of breath.
Rambo de Gia. Suzanne, just a bit more. We're almost there.
ってことはネッケルさんが次捕まってんのか。た。あ、ちょっと。あれ、ダウンしない。普通にダウンしないやつもいるんだな。 聖マリア教会。え、何？制御不能に陥ったオートマタ、あ、はい。中ボスね。フロストアコーライト。
ニーヤオートマタ。
もう避けないで。いって。ニーヤ、オートマタはやったかな昔。
やっぱりクオリティは PS3 よな。
危な。
っていうかエペの更新してないでしょ。
エペの更新？
めっちゃ変わったよ。
あ、もう全然してない、エペ。高速モジュール。あ、今ガンモードがあるんでしょ。体力増やすか。
セルとか注射器がぬるっとしてるよ。
あ、昨日ね、デコボコカップみたいなやつちょっと見たけど、それだ。それに違和感を感じたんだ。相当。アイギスが敵に与える差を2倍にする。
注射器の時左手がキクキクしてる。
そう、すごい変だったもんだって。え？2だから、下から2つ目をアップグレード。
老婆のセンスかっこいいし。
あれ？もう、あ、間違えた。まあ、いっか。あれウルレジじゃなくてなんだっけ？スパレジェ？
かれぜ。
え、こっちは殺すの？女性用ウィッグ。殺されてるね。ローバーも弱体化されることないだろうしね。なんかスパレジ来ると弱体化説が。いきなり変な道行くと分かんなくなりそうだな。戻ろう。あ、ここが正規ルートだ。え？わあ、道がいっぱいあってやだな。一本道だってよく文句言われてるゲームあるけど、一本道の方がいいよな。あ、薬強化のやつだ。
わらわら。
迷っちゃうからさ。危ない。いつかね、どっかのタイミングでガチエイペックス期間設けたいなとは思ってんだけどね。 この門は鍵がかかっている。頑張ってきたのに。エペ頑張り週間ね。エペで、マジで一人でやってると気狂いそうになるからな。意外と見に来られちゃうしね。あ、ここか。そんなの破られるわ。あなたを見たでしょ。あー、これもうバグってるもん。はい。
Don't be afraid. I mean you no harm.
I mean you no.
What do you want with us, Automat?
What happened in this church?
You should know. It was your kind that slaughtered these lambs. I don't think those who were able to escape stand much of a chance either. They're hiding in the catacombs behind the church.
There's also the gentleman that the Automats took alive.
Where did they take the gentleman?
We haven't the slightest idea.
That's enough questions now. Leave us be, but do.
バグニキ
そう、これセリフがね、抜けたりしちゃってるんだよね。まあしゃあないよな。なぜお前だけ気づいた？これは気づかないんじゃない？あ。そのうちダクソもやりたいよな。仁王もやりたいしな。ウォーロン出る前に。ゼルダもやりたいし。先に裏道行くか。
やりたいゲームいっぱいですが。
ね、いっぱいありすぎるよね。これどこに行っちゃう？あそこから帰ってこられるな。あれこっちが正規ルート？いや、こっからでも行けるんだろうな。なんだかんだ騎兵たちを探す方に来てるな。ちょっと待って、あんなとこから狙ってくんの？ これ戻ってきてるのか？戻ってきてるね。あれ、最初からここ行けたんじゃなかったっけ？で、最初の中ボス何回使い回すんだ？あれ、帰ってきちゃった。完全に最初にスタートしたところに戻ってきた。さっきの道でいいのか。ここからなら、本当？簡単に乗り越えられそうにないけどな。で、簡単だった。あ、トロフィー見たらこの普通の回復を一度も使わずにクリアってトロフィーがあったわ。
The debt, Monsieur Necker. This debt that you and your banking friends helped to create for your own benefit, and which is now forcing us to levy new taxes. Will my subjects be able to bear another tax?
そんなことできる？
ゆっくり回復するやつちょこちょこ落ちるから、それを使っていくんじゃないかな。あとはほとんど敵無視とか。椅子で回復するとかね。
Tell me, Monsieur le Ministre, have you purposely sent this army of the unwashed against me?
Your Majesty, I have always been your most faithful servant.
Beware, Necker. Beware.
白、顔白、ルイ16世。誰の骨置いてんの？あれもうボス？あれここの近くセーブあった？何やってんの？また何それ飛ぶ飛ぶ。いいですか倒して。怖い怖い怖い怖い。痛い痛い。マジでボスが弱い。
Suzanne, my dear Suzanne, take my hand, please. Don't let them take me away.
ネッケルさんだ。
No. Oh no, this has to stop. I don't want to be tormented anymore.
可愛い目してる。
I have come to rescue you.
フルフルのようだ。
What on earth are you?
It is of no importance. What did you see and hear before you regained consciousness?
I had frightful visions, rageful wraiths.
これで解放したことになるのか？
And it was cold enough to curdle the blood. It's impossible to describe. All the rage and anger. I was in another body, I think. So big, so powerful. And there was this commanding voice, ordering me to spread terror and death. Did I really hear it? Or did I momentarily lose my mind?
Who are you, monsieur?
Don't you know? I'm Jacques Necker, Ministre des Finances.
財務大臣。
I was before I was captured. But this situation suggests that the king has decided to dismiss me from his service.
What does he accuse you of?
My alleged connivance with the Third Estate, no doubt. And, most of all, for having been the first to ask to convene the Estates General.
How and when were you captured?
When the machines attacked, my wife and I fled our home to hide not far from there, in the Église Sainte-Marie. But we didn't stand a chance against the machines. They overran the nave, wantonly mowing down the faithful. My wife, my poor wife, she wasn't able to escape. I'm sadly convinced of this. As for me, my life was spared only so I could be tormented. What is the meaning of all this?
What will you do now?
There is no future for me in this kingdom. I need to find a safe place where I can prepare for my departure as soon as possible.
これ、連れて行っていいのか？連れて行くか。
I will take you to the Cordelier convent. You will be safe there.
あ、ちょっと待って。勝手に飛んだ？放っておけばよかった。
À la bonne heure, she's back.
Aegis, what a joy and relief to see you again.
Monsieur.
Welcome to our stronghold. I'm sure that everyone here is aware of the great debt we all owe you. As you can see, the most exhausted among us are growing stronger.
While the most determined are already planning our counterattack.
I did not expect to see you all together.
4 days ago, the representatives of the Third Estate gathered in a tennis court. They swore not to separate until they had established a constitution for the nation. But that was not the only oath we swore. All the honorable men who were at Versailles, representatives and patriots, members of the Club Breton, secretly swore to meet here if they were dispersed.
You, Aegis, have allowed them to gather once again. Though unfortunately many are missing, we still have hope.
Why did you choose to meet in this convent?
It was my idea. Voyez-vous, I stay here whenever my obligations bring me to Paris. No other retreat inspires such peace and contemplation. Et puis, truth be told, this building has always felt like a fortress to me. Just look at how thick these walls are.
For 2 whole days, the patriots in the quarter consolidated the outer walls to make it an impenetrable citadel. No automat has broken through our defenses yet.
Where are the monks, mon père?
They are secluded in their quarters, praying for the salvation of the people of Paris. However, we bear no illusions. We are weak, we are divided.
And we are unarmed. Without you, without your warrior strength, we have no chance of turning things around.
You are sent by heaven above, Aegis. From now on, you may consider the Cordelia Convent your headquarters and a welcome refuge.
We must speak, you and I, in private, if you please. Monsieur de Lafayette must not hear a word of what I'm about to tell you.
What do you mean? You all seem to be certain that I will use my strengths to serve your cause. Are you forgetting that I have a task to accomplish?
Not at all, madame. We all know and support your plan to free Monsieur de Vaucanson. That is why I've taken the time to think of a way for you to get to the Bastille.
I am listening.
There is a patriot in Paris whose pamphlets have aroused Monsieur de Lafayette's ire. His anger is so strong that the poor man had to disappear to escape arrest. I know that he is secretly hiding in the quarries in Montmartre. A labyrinth he is said to know like the back of his hand. If anyone can help you navigate the obstacles that keep you from the Bastille, it is the elusive Monsieur Marat.
Very well. I will go and find him. Monsieur Necker.
I owe you my life, madame. So I am embarrassed to ask you for anything more.
Do not fear. You have my full attention.
Suzanne, my beloved wife. I cannot bring myself to accept her death. Despite all the evidence, I still hope to see her alive again. I need to be sure. Mon Dieu. What have I done to deserve such a fate? Why has the king sworn to destroy me? And all that I hold dear. After everything I've done for him. My abnegation.
教会行くのかな。
Why would the king owe you anything?
I dedicated my life to the kingdom as his minister. Well, my life and my fortune as well. I refuse to accept any remuneration for my services in order to keep the accounts balanced. And I personally filled the king's coffers with 2.5 million livres from my own private accounts. Bonds in the Caisse d'Escompte, which the king keeps in a tailor-made armoire de fer in the Palais des Tuileries. He stores all his secrets there. I'd wager there's enough in there to sully his reputation 100 times over. You must retrieve these bonds post-haste, madame. They must not be used to allow this madman to build more murderous automats.
Do I have any chance of opening it?
Don't even think about it, madame. Despite your incredible strength, that
破
safe
壊は
is
で
said
き
to
ない。
be impenetrable. It was designed precisely to that effect. I personally never had access to it. I suppose that its contents were too unofficial for the honest minister that I always was.
Who has the key?
The king does, that's for sure.
Anyone else?
How could I know? His shadow advisors, most likely. Now that I think about it, there's a rumor that has been going round Versailles for a
ベルサイユ。
It's said that Monsieur de Mirabeau used to come and go as he pleased at the Tuileries, that he oversaw diplomatic missions for the crown. Not in any official capacity, of course. Who knows? He might know more about this matter than I do.
I will ask him.
ミラボーに聞きに行くと。
I will look into what happened to your wife.
Bless you, madame.
Where should I start my investigation?
In the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of Les Invalides, it was separated in the Église Sainte-Marie on Rue de Bourgogne.
I shall be off.
You are the only hope of seeing my beloved wife again, and of foiling the plans of the clockwork tyrant.
拾う？あ、これか。あ、ちょっと。
Goodbye, Monsieur.
Goodbye.
Aegis, a word, s'il vous plaît.
Monsieur Raymond.
Aegis, we are very pleased to see you again. It was very unwise of us to leave the Société without such a capable bodyguard as yourself. It is a miracle that we got here safely.
What do you want to talk to me about?
Have you ever heard of the Club de Massiac, Aegis?
No, monsieur.
It's an association that meets at the Hotel de Massiac, just west of Les Halles. It counts some of the wealthiest plantation
なんかサブクエがいっぱい増えそうだな。
from Saint-Domingue and the Petite Santé, our most formidable adversaries. They are waging a war of influence to keep the slave trade going, and resort to the vilest methods to achieve their ends. They worship nothing but money, and their greed is matched only by their cruelty. Regrettably, my interests occasionally require me to suffer their company. 2 months ago, I was in Le Havre to settle some business with the Admiralty, when I overheard a conversation between 2 planters from Bastère. If they are to be believed, the Club de Massiac is plotting to create sleepless slaves, des esclaves sans sommeil. Those were their
不眠不休のドア
It's
ね。
hard to say what this could possibly mean, but I fear they plan to administer some foul drug to their slaves to force them to toil day and night, without rest. Our organization will not let these poor souls endure such a hell. Aegis, we must look into this. It is a matter of great urgency.
You speak of greed, Monsieur Raymond. But could you enlighten us as to what makes you any different from the planters you condemn?
What exactly do you accuse me of, Monsieur de Robespierre? S'il vous plaît, do tell.
Do you not also exploit the labor of these poor souls yourself on your indigo plantation?
I fight every minute of every day to improve their condition. No one would have the audacity to deny this.
If that's the case, then why wait? Free them. You preach abolition, yet you continue to line your pockets at their expense. The truth is, you refuse to upend the establishment.
喧嘩始めたよ。
Your entire fortune depends on it.
It's easy to criticize from atop Mount Olympus, Maximilian. You know nothing of the realities of Saint-Domingue. What would happen to all these people if I freed them tomorrow? Without an education, without a livelihood, I would be condemning them to the most abject misery. No. I must act with both compassion and realism.
Any reform, revolutionary or not, must be taken step by step, with moderation and prudence.
This reform is...
殴り合いしろ。
Isabelle Gabriel, my plantation in Guyane. There you will not find slaves, but workers who earn a weekly wage. And my plantation is no less profitable.
Ah, yes, profit. Because that's the most important thing. Don't you see, the law of nature gives every man
何やってんのこのおっさんたち
the right
は。
to
Monsieur, calm yourselves. I implore you. Now is no time to quarrel.
その通り。
Monsieur Haymon has related to us is extremely worrying. We must find out more about this plot to create sleepless slaves as quickly as possible. Aegis, you are the only one who stands a chance of making it to the Hôtel de Massiac.
全部頼むじゃん。ミラボミラボだ。
拳で決着つけろ。
拳で。
Eh bien.
No.
I have it on. He's...
Is your plan to
これ全部聞いてたらご飯の時間になっちゃうね。
The situation is hopeless. Even if they were armed and formed into battalions, the Patriots would not be able to fight.
Why is
でも
that?
サブクエ増えたりするからな。
In the city are inaccessible. A strange illness strikes all who try. They are seized by an irrational fear.
これ字幕切れてるな。
Those who do not lose consciousness go mad.
ちょっと気になってたけど。
This makes it impossible to do anything. Any attempt at an uprising is a fool's errand.
The locations you mention share a common feature. A statue holding a lantern.
That's right. From what little I could make out, they appear to be depictions of a Vestal Virgin watching over the...
ウェスターズを使って。
Lanterne des morts.
What do you mean, monsieur?
Lanterns of the dead. Ancient stone pillars that are found near some cemeteries. Our ancestors kept a fire going on top of them. Today, no one knows what they were used for. A symbol of light triumphing over darkness, perhaps? Others claim that human bones, mercury and lime, were burnt there. Some odious sorcery that was meant to entrap the tormented souls that wandered around the burial grounds.
That makes sense and confirms my observations. I'm now certain that the King's lanterns capture the anima essence of the dead who have been cast into purgatory, and that this essence is what allows the automats to stay in motion, without needing a key to wind them.
Pater noster qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum.
Now that I think about it, madame, you obviously are not subject to the harmful effects of these lanterns.
No, au contraire. When activated, these statues reveal an apparatus that allows them to
その通り。
It follows that if you destroy these lanterns, the people will be free to fight again.
Unfortunately, they are preternaturally strong. Nothing can so much as damage them.
Come now, no metal is indestructible. If we knew what these lanterns were made of, perhaps I could find a way to destroy them.
Take a look at this ledger, Monsieur Lavoisier. It contains a list of metals. I found it by the factories, near Vaucanson's workshop.
Let's see. Steel, molybdenum, very good. Tian, donc, tungsten, and zirconium. This master blacksmith knows his trade. These metals can be used to make the strongest alloy imaginable, as long as you have a fortune to invest.
For that, our clockwork tyrant knows no bounds.
Well, Monsieur Lavoisier, is there any way to break this alloy?
Break it? Certainly not. But a mineral
絶対無理なんだ。
structure, melt it, perhaps. I would recommend sulfuric acid or vitriol, if you prefer to use its common name.
Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at L'Arsenal was ransacked. I can't tell you any more than that. You should ask my colleague, Monsieur Bailly. He uses similar substances in his research.
ちょ。あれもう話せないの？もう一個あったじゃん。
Monsieur Lavoisier.
Madame, I don't know anything about you, but I owe.
How do you intend to counter the king's actions?
Unfortunately, we don't have the upper hand. For now, we can only hope to protect ourselves from him.
本当は今のを受けて取りに行くんだろうね。もう拾ってあったから。すげえサブク FA だねこれ。
A large quantity of gunpowder from Marsanji has been sitting near Les Invalides. It's in a warehouse by the factories. But the men I sent to take possession of the cargo and transport it to the arsenal have gone missing. Do you realize what this means?
The gunpowder could have fallen into our enemy's hands.
It's possible. One thing is certain. It's enough to destroy half of Paris. Whether it is still in the warehouse or has fallen into the wrong hands.
これもサブクエっぽいな。調べに行く。
Then, if possible, we must neutralize it.
How?
Simply by placing it in contact with water. Nothing could be easier in theory, but we must find a way to flood it.
Flood the gunpowder? You're out of your mind, Lavoisier. We're in the most desperate of situations, and you want to deprive us of such a valuable resource. What will our cannons use once we have formed our army of patriots?
Your army, Marquis, is presently but a figment of your imagination.
I see. So you're one of those men who would sound the retreat before the battle has even begun.
I will go to the warehouse. Once I have located the powder, I will decide what to do with it. Where can I obtain some vitriol?
I had some, but my laboratory at Larsen.
あ、これさっき聞いたよ。
Goodbye, Monsieur. Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do?
I did not find the warehouse.
Vraiment? It's near Les Up.
Goodbye,
Bye.
Monsieur Bailly.
Bye.
Mademoiselle, I am very pleased to find you here with us within the shelter of these walls.
こっちか。
Sulfuric acid? Of course. Combined with sea salt and green copperas, we use it to polish the lenses of our telescopes. But I don't know how much we have. You would need to go to the Louvre and take a look at the observatory storeroom to find out.
If you will allow me to.
Of course, madame. Here is the key.
あ、これ聞いてから行かなかったら入れないってこと？
どうもおはよう。
あ、猫さんおはよう。
Let me see. Ah, je vois. These pages were written using some sort of shorthand. A variation on Taylor's system, no doubt. I want to use it myself.
今からパチンコですかい？
What does it say?
It's a bit difficult to decipher. Je crois. I believe it's an auto.
猫さんおはよう。
The author writes that the subject died from a large dose of prussic acid.
What is prussic acid?
My apologies, Aegis, but I'm no chemist. You should ask Monsieur Lavoisier.
いろんなところでいろんな話が。
I have not yet found. Goodbye.
ラボアジエこいつだよな。
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for?
はい。
What is prussic acid?
It's a volatile compound extracted from Prussian blue, which is a pigment derived from the.
漢字が多すぎる。
What does it do?
Oh, it's a lethal poison of the most dangerous sort.
今からあんかけ焼きそば食べます。
今からあんかけ焼きそば。
Horrific state, or a coma, if you will.
A deadly poison.
Aegis, is everything all right?
今日夜防衛軍やろう。はい。
猫さんこんにちは。
これでこの3人は OK かな。ミラボー。
Monsieur de Mirabeau. Minister Necker claims that you were a familiar face at the Tuileries Palace.
That old story. Will it hound me until I have drawn my last breath?
開け方教えてくれ。
This is nothing but an unfounded rumor that I am trying in vain to dispel. To what do I owe the displeasure of having to defend myself once again?
I must get hold of some documents that are kept in an armored safe in the king's chambers.
What lock could resist your talents?
Minister Necker said
メ
it.
ルチさんオファー。
Oh, I see. Well, let me think. Who could help you? After all, a lock is nothing more than a simple mechanism. Nothing that can resist the
あ、
expertise
今度は
of
バイに戻るんだね。
Why don't you ask him for help?
I'll be sure to do so.
Now, who else might be of use? Oh, there's Monsieur Lavoisier.
またラボアジエにも話聞き、両方に聞こう
I'm
ね。
sure he'll have no trouble finding you something you can use to blow
じゃあ
the
さっき
air
の
off that stubborn
爆薬持ってきて吹き飛ばすんじゃないの
I
こ
will
れ。
go and find him.
Now, if you'll forgive me, I have an urgent matter to
何しに行くんだい？
For everything.
銀行に行くのかな？
It has been a pleasure, madam.
あ、ミラボいなくなったぞ。
How was your search at the Vulcan
この小さい空間でぐるぐるぐるぐる。
I saw Mademoiselle de Vaucanson running from the Comte de Cagliostro. This letter refers to a hiding place where she often sought refuge. It's in the jardin.
あ、今度違う話してるわ。
Another place. One day, Eugène and I were walking in the Luxembourg Gardens when suddenly
ちょっと待て待て。
jumped out from our hiding place like a wild animal. It was a startling, almost frightening sight. The spot is on the edge of the garden, hidden by vegetation between two statues.
植物によって隠されている。
I'm looking for a way to force a lock that is supposed to be unbreakable. Monsieur de Mirabeau advised me to ask you for help.
But I'm an astronomer, mon enfant, not a locksmith. I know my way around lenses, filters, racks, and tripods. But I've never given a moment's thought to how a lock works. God, Monsieur de Mirabeau was joking with you, that's all. Où est-il, ce brave homme? So that we might ask him.
He has left. A matter that could
絶対金庫行ってるっ
みんな
て
で。話し合った方が早くない。
そう。
What was so important that he would put himself in such danger?
Intriguing indeed.
これミラボはもう悪確定かな？
Monsieur Lavoisier.
What can I do for you?
金庫だ
I
ね
would。like to access the contents of a safe that is supposedly unbreakable. Dare I ask for your help, Monsieur Lavoisier?
And how can I be of assistance to you, madame?
I need gunpowder to break through the door.
Gunpowder? But I don't have a speck of it,
だからさっき火薬の話したじゃん。
With explosives in my pockets?
Oh. I apologize. It was Monsieur de Mirabeau's idea.
Mirabeau? What is this ridiculousness?
ミラボ何考えてんの？
I suspect he knows full well whatever he's playing at. Where is the animal? So we can ask him what's truly going on.
He's left. He had an urgent matter to attend to.
Eh bien, I'm sorry, madame. If I could inspect the safe and determine what metal was used in its fabrication, I might be able to find a solution. But given the circumstances, I'm sadly not in a position to help you.
I understand. Goodbye, Monsieur.
おじいだからさっきのことを忘れます。
キュイルリーの筋骨調査。これ全員話聞いて全部サブクエもう急に喋んなよ。いや、喋ってんだよ。全員の話聞いてサブクエ出して、飯食おう。
Did you go to the Hotel de Massiac?
まだです。
Remember, it's by Leal, just west of the
マルシェ・デ・イノセントの西。
See you later, perhaps.
いや、一応聞いとくか。トイレ行きたいんよ
Did
な
you go to the Hotel de Massiac?
一個選んでトイレ行ってこようかな。
It's by Leal, just west of the
配信で会話見とこう。
What is the aim of this organization?
We publish articles and exert our influence on those who are in a position to improve the lot of our unfortunate brethren. Our numbers grow by the day, and we have many illustrious members, such as the Comte de Mirabeau and the Marquis de Lafayette. But it was Monsieur Brissot and the abbot that founded the group.
Good old Brissot. Shouldn't he be here by now?
Yes, mon père. He should have arrived hours ago. Alas, there's been no sign of him.
I hope to God that no misfortune has befallen him.
What fate does the kingdom reserve for those with black skin?
According to tradition, any enslaved person who sets foot on French soil is freed.
This rule is most problematic in the eyes of planters in the colonies, who would seek to maintain their precious labor force.
This is why, for the past 12 years, no black people have been allowed to disembark in any of the kingdom's ports. Those who accompany their masters on the journey are imprisoned in the Admiralty's jails the moment they leave the ship. As for those who manage to evade the authorities, they live in fear of the raids carried out by the Marshalsea.
Are you not subject to these laws, Monsieur Raymond?
I am fortunate enough to have been born a subject of the king through my father, and also to have received an education, and to be wealthy.
Naturally, that makes all the difference.
You are quite a long way from home, Monsieur Raymond.
I haven't been back to Saint-Domingue in nearly 5 years. I left my most trusted men in charge of overseeing my indigo plantation. I came to France with the aim of having an audience with the king. I hoped to convince him to use his automats for agricultural work.
フランス組んだりまで来たってどういう意味だ？
Alas, it was all for naught. I was only able to get an audience with the Minister of the Navy, and even that was granted reluctantly. Later, when the king convened the Estates General, my hopes were renewed. I saw it as an opportunity to make our voices heard. And then, mon Dieu, what a disaster, Aegis. What a complete disaster.
さよなら。
See you later, perhaps.
サブクエは増えず。
My respects, Monseigneur.
I didn't expect to see you again so soon, Aegis. We missed you when we had to leave our shelter at Place Saint-Méry. The path that led us to this convent was not an easy one, believe me.
放っておく。
Goodbye, Monseigneur.
Allez en paix, Aegis.
バイバイ。
Aegis, I'd like to talk to you about my research. Do you have a few moments to spare for me?
Certainly, mon père. I am listening.
I've carefully collected the testimony of our companions here. Then I compared them with the observations made during my investigation of the man who calls himself Cagliostro. I came to quite the shocking conclusion. I believe I have discovered how the royal automats remain constantly in motion, like clocks that never need winding. They get their energy from the souls of the dead, Aegis. They drink from the anima essence that permeates the purgatory described by Monseigneur de la Fare. These machines feed on the dead. The greater the massacre, the deeper the river where they slake their thirst.
Is there any way to stop the bloodshed, mon père?
I believe there is always hope, Aegis. As long as I remain free to pursue my research, I will never lose faith. I keep thinking about the three Nemes. These echoes. All of this is clearly related to Nicholas Flamel's work.
The alchemist?
Precisely.
急に入ってくるな。
What have we to fear from an alchemist who died nearly 4 centuries ago?
Not him, per se. Rather the heretic who is exploiting his discoveries. This poses a grave danger to us all.
What do you fear, mon père?
What do I fear? Nearly 2 months ago, the king forbade anyone from setting foot inside the Église Saint-Jacques de la Boucherie, near the Hôtel de Ville. He had the priests forcibly removed. They hardly even had time to save the church's sacred relics. Since then, only our Father in heaven knows what they've been doing there, hidden away from the people of Paris.
Oh dear. Flamel's tomb.
My thoughts exactly, Monseigneur. Legend has it that Flamel was buried with his lapis philosophorum.
What is the lapis philosophorum, mon père?
最初何の話してたんだっけ？
Where do I begin? No one knows its true nature.
賢者の石出てきたよ。
All that is known is that it is said to grant untold riches and eternal life to whoever possesses it. Its very existence is questioned, of course. But if it's true, just imagine what sinister purpose the king and his accomplices might find for it. We must elucidate this matter at any cost.
Where is this tomb?
In the church's crypt. The priests always ensured that it remained undisturbed, despite the mystery surrounding it. But now they're no longer there to protect it. We need to know for certain.
But how?
ハリーポッター出てくるな。
Oui, mon père.
Will you help us get to the bottom of this?
Did you not say that it was impossible to enter the church?
There is perhaps a solution. The penitence door behind the Châtelet leads to the Quartier de l'Hôtel de Ville. It's only opened on Good Friday, but this year I had the honor and good fortune to lead the procession. Here is the key.
あ、ありがとう。
Goodbye, mon père.
これ全部終わったかいわ。なんか
How is your research on... Don't fit the church.
まだ何もしていません。あ、
Goodbye.
ホグワーツレガシーもね、やりたいんだよね。買うけど。
Monsieur Necker.
Madame? Eh bien, do you come bearing good news?
I'm not done investigating.
まだ何も言ってないからな。
自分だったら会話全部スキップしちゃう。
連打ね。
In the Église Sainte-Marie on Rue de Bourgogne. That's in the Faubourg Saint-Germain, east of les Invalides. As for the bonds, you'll find them in the Armoire de Fer, in the Palais des Tuileries.
あ、それ聞いたわ。金庫の話か。
Monsieur le Marquis.
I'm listening, Aegis.
I went to the meeting point you indicated. I had an unexpected encounter there.
Get to the facts. Who did you meet there?
Madame de Polignac.
あ、
The
ポリニャッ
Queen's
クね。
favorite. She made no secret of her reason for being in that desolate place. So now I know all about the precious cargo that is the cause of your great concern.
Seigneur. The children. What happened? Tell me that nothing bad has happened to them.
That remains to be determined. One thing is certain. Charlotte and the young Dauphin are missing. The evidence points to an ambush by the Duc d'Orléans' men. They apparently attacked the wagon the children were hiding in.
How the hell did they know?
This ambush could not have taken place without an accomplice. You were betrayed.
A plague on Orléans and his damned informants. They have taken the children.
That still remains to be seen. It seems that the Duke's men were interrupted while carrying out their task. 3 of them lost their lives. A 4th was able to escape.
Excellent. I bet it was my hussars who sent the vermin running. But why the hell haven't they reported to me yet?
Only they could tell you that.
Would you be so kind as to go and find them? The lives of these poor children hang in the balance. My hussars are stationed at Les Invalides. That's from where they were to set off for Gros Caillou.
I went to the meeting point. I had an unexpected...
同じ会話だこれ。
Goodbye.
え？これで全部喋ったかな？このゲームの配信してる人でこれ全部一個一個読む人いるのかな？この時代に詳しい人だったら読めるかもね。これの最初はね、一個一個読もうかなって思うけど、ここまで増えると読めないよな。会話は聞いてればいいから聞けるけど、すげえサイドクエストの数に。すごいことになっちゃってサブクエ。この4つ5つの中で。読み物は、これなんか宝じゃないの？なんだ？
サブクエ大盛り。
ねえ。アテナイスが身を潜めた場所を探す。あれ真相を報告するって、もうすぐそこにいんの？ああ、飛ぶのか。アテナイスはどこにいんだ、これ。これさ、絶対簡単に戻れるはずないよな。あそこに。こんだけいろんな道を開放してきてさ。拠点のワープが欲しい。これやるとさ、今のところに戻れなくなるんよな。で、いたいた。もう遠いもんな、あれ。これ今日のさ、最初に迷ったところよな。どうやって進むんだっけって。あ、だってここはあそこからまっすぐ行ったとこだもんな。でもこっからは戻れないよね。いや、ご飯食べよう、ご飯。一回帰りたいな。一回帰るか。帰れるかな。あ、来れた来れた。回復じゃんや。防具売ってるじゃん。なんで同じの2つ売ってんのこれ。 戦利品倍率。すげえ、服、コート、キロット、ゲートル防止って。ここも並べといてよ、せめて。何なんだろうね。作りすぎちゃったかな。一応買っとくか。あれ、強化するのに何がいるんだっけ？あ、強化できる。
スタッフこれちゃんと並べといて。
あ、レベル5で最大なんだ。あと11円しかない。上手な買い物。この下の4つがもう全部サブクエだね。めちゃくちゃサブクエ出てたもんな。次はサブクエだけになりそうだな。この数だもんね。じゃあご飯食べますか。ご飯食べて、ドラゴンボールとデバをやろ
お疲れ様でした。
お疲れ様でした。ドラゴンボール全く知らないからな。で、デバとドラゴンボールの配信の枠切り替えるのめんどくさいから、
お疲れちゃん。
PC でやるわ。じゃあまたご飯食べたら再開しましょう。じゃあみんなもね、ドラゴンボール、名前なんだっけ？ドラゴンボールなんたらかんたらドラゴンボールザ・ブレイカーズ DBD ザが邪魔だねこれね。
ブレイカーズじゃない？
そうそうブレイカーズ。
エンジン使うやつ？
そうそうそう、一般人使うやつ。DBB だね、だからね。DBB やって DBD やろ。サバ8人でしょ？あ、7人の一般市民か。じゃあ、キラー1の7人か。ドラゴンボールならではのスキルやアイテムを活用することで、レイダーへ抵抗することが可能です。まあ、ちょっとやってみよう。じゃあ、ご飯行ってきまーす。また後で。
いってらっしゃい。